The 2025 Formula One season has finally begun, bringing with it an atmosphere of excitement and high expectations from fans. One of the main highlights is Ferrari, which has just introduced a series of revolutionary updates to its SF25 car, the car that will be driven by Lewis Hamilton. After much speculation and intense pre-season testing, the Scuderia is now ready to unveil technical innovations that could change the competitive landscape at the opening race in Melbourne. Will these changes bring Ferrari back to its former glory? Let's discuss it. Hamilton, who will be making his Ferrari debut, has been working tirelessly to adapt to his new engine. With the technical improvements introduced by the team, the seven-time world champion is increasingly confident heading into the Australian Grand Prix. But will these changes be enough to challenge the dominance of McLaren and Red Bull since the start of the season? Ferrari have been hard at work behind the scenes tweaking the SF25 to deliver maximum performance at Albert Park. Although the Red team remained tight-lipped during testing in Bahrain, leaks from within the team have revealed a number of key updates that could improve the car's balance, aerodynamic efficiency, and tire management. Ferrari have made a number of significant changes to the SF25 ahead of the Australian Grand Prix. These changes cover a range of technical aspects aimed at improving the car's performance, particularly in meeting the challenges of the Albert Park circuit, which has a combination of fast and slow corners and several key overtaking points. One of the most striking changes is the redesign of the car's front wing. Ferrari has focused on improving airflow efficiency as well as increasing front-end grip to address the stability issues previously experienced by Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc during testing. With this new configuration, the team hopes to increase the amount of downforce generated in medium-speed corners. This will be key for Ferrari to close the gap on McLaren, who have been very dominant in early season simulations. In addition, Ferrari has also made changes to the SF25's rear suspension. Although this change may seem subtle, it has a significant impact on improving traction coming out of slow corners, which has been one of the main weaknesses of their car. With this improvement, Hamilton should be able to maximize his acceleration out of the corners, which will be crucial to gaining an advantage at Albert Park, as the circuit has several overtaking spots that are crucial to the course of the race. Not only in terms of aerodynamics and suspension, Ferrari has also optimized its engine. The team has updated the software that manages the energy consumption strategy, which aims to increase straight-line speed and improve engine reliability. This decision was taken in response to the challenges Ferrari has faced in recent seasons, where they have often experienced inconsistent problems with engine durability and efficiency. With this update, Ferrari hopes to be able to better compete with rival teams in terms of engine performance. One aspect that is also a major concern is tire management. Ferrari have identified that one of their biggest weaknesses last season was the rapid degradation of their tires, which often hampered their speed as the race progressed. To address this issue, the team has implemented a new cooling system and made changes to the suspension geometry to reduce excessive tire heating. As a result, the tires are expected to last longer and maintain optimal performance throughout the race. If these improvements work as expected, both Hamilton and Leclerc could gain a big advantage in race strategy, especially in close battles on the track. With this series of changes, Ferrari hopes to be more competitive at the Australian Grand Prix and close the gap on their rival teams. The successful implementation of these upgrades will be a key factor in determining their performance throughout the season. Lewis Hamilton has been preparing for the 2025 Melbourne Grand Prix despite the limited time he has had to adapt to the SF25. The British driver has wasted no opportunity to understand the characteristics of his new car. He has spent hours in the simulator familiarizing himself with Ferrari's systems and technology, and has analyzed previous race data to gain a deeper insight into how his new team works. In addition, Hamilton has taken the extra step of driving Ferrari cars from previous years, which has helped him understand the team's operating philosophy and the driving style required to maximize performance on track. In a pre-race interview, the seven-time world champion expressed his feelings about the new challenge. "I feel as good as I can with the time we have. There's still a lot to learn, but I'm really excited to get started. Melbourne has always been a special place for me, and to start a new chapter with Ferrari here is something I could never have imagined at this stage of my career," said an elated Hamilton. His words reflect the significance of this moment in his career. Joining Ferrari is a big step that brings with it high expectations, not only from himself, but also from the team, the fans, and the racing world as a whole. Hamilton knows that the spotlight will be on him, and the pressure to deliver results immediately will be immense. However, his experience and winning mentality have kept him focused and optimistic about the challenge. He has been working closely with Ferrari engineers to refine his setup and find the best balance for the SF25 in a variety of track conditions. With the full support of the team and the dedication he has shown during his preparation, Hamilton is ready to give it his all from the moment the lights come up in Melbourne. In addition to Ferrari's big ambitions to challenge Red Bull's dominance and McLaren's rise, there is another story that is no less interesting and has the potential to create complex dynamics within the team: the internal rivalry between their two star drivers, Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc. Leclerc, who has been the main face of Ferrari in recent years, will not want his position as team boss to be shaken by Hamilton's arrival. Since his debut with Ferrari, Leclerc has shown his incredible speed, his ability to qualify and his ability to get the most out of the SF25 car. With his longer experience with Ferrari, Leclerc has the advantage of understanding the characteristics of the car and how the team works around it. But Hamilton is not just any driver. With 7 world championship titles and years of experience in car development, he brings a wealth of knowledge that can accelerate Ferrari's progress throughout the season. His ability to read strategy, manage tires, and maintain consistency in different racing conditions could be the deciding factor in this internal battle. Not only that, but Hamilton's presence has the potential to change the political dynamics within the team, given his great influence and status in the world of Formula One. The question now is, how will Ferrari handle this situation? Will they let their two drivers compete freely on the track, or will they implement a tighter team strategy to avoid potential conflicts? If both drivers are fighting for the title, the team's decision will be even more difficult and risky. There is no doubt that the Hamilton-Leclerc rivalry could be one of the biggest dramas of the 2025 season. With two great drivers in one team, Ferrari will not only have to deal with the pressure from their rivals, but also internal tensions that could affect their title hopes. Ferrari's performance at the Australian GP will be the first indication of whether they can be a serious contender for the title in 2025. McLaren have been tipped as early favourites, with their MCL39 car showing a clear advantage in early simulations. Red Bull, on the other hand, remain a threat despite an inconsistent pre-season. The big question is whether the RB21 still has the pace advantage that has seen them dominate in recent seasons. If Ferrari's updates are successful, we could see the start of a fierce three-way battle between Ferrari, McLaren and Red Bull for supremacy this season. The 2025 season has finally begun, and the Australian GP will be a defining moment for Ferrari and Hamilton's debut with the team. With a series of major updates to the SF25, Ferrari has high hopes for this race to pave the way for a more competitive season. Hamilton has spent months preparing, studying Ferrari's philosophy and adapting his driving style to the SF25. But Melbourne will be the real test. The season opener is always full of surprises, with strategy, tire management and sheer speed all playing a major role. With the internal rivalry between Hamilton and Leclerc starting to heat up, the other big question is whether Ferrari will let them fight it out or whether there will be a team policy implemented. One thing is for sure, this is only the beginning. The 2025 season is predicted to be one of the most competitive and unpredictable F1 seasons in recent years, and the Australian GP will determine the direction of the battle going forward. So, do you think Ferrari can win right away with this latest upgrade? Let us know your thoughts in the comments.